5 years ago, we lived in a world in which the dominant narrative was one of technological globalism, unfettered global supply chains, and rapidly increasing global integration. Chinese President Xi Jinping, speaking at Davos 4 years ago, said that integration into the global economy is a historical trend, asserting that any attempt to cut off the flow of capital, technologies, products, industries, and people between economies runs counter to the historical trend. This may have been the trend, but it's become clear that trends can change. We now live in a world of tariffs, entity list, tit-for-tat accusations, and the decoupling of supply chains in ways that seemed unimaginable not so long ago.
An increasing kind of skepticism about the benefits of the globalization of science and technology and supply chains in particular, an increasing focus on the vulnerabilities that created. And the United States became both concerned about the vulnerabilities it created for U.S. security and the benefits that would flow to China.
In China, I think the mainstream understanding is this is nothing. There is nothing related to national security. Probably this is just about the two countries' competition in economy and in technology, and which I think China, so many people just don't understand.
When it comes to, I think, European views of the US-China confrontation, I think there's a sense in Brussels that the current decoupling trend that we're seeing is a bit of Washington's making. So the idea being that, the Trump administration sort of escalated the campaign against Chinese technology companies. The 5G debate was very much a wake-up call in Europe about the security aspects, the security risks that can come with technology, especially from certain providers. But I think my sense is that in Europe, this is seen as something that the US kind of escalated.
First and foremost, China wants to catch up. So there are a lot of industries in which China is relying on importing products that are being made in North America and Europe or in other parts of the world. So the first and foremost idea is that China should be on the forefront of technological innovation.
I think there's a difference between what the CCP has been doing under Xi Jinping's leadership compared to the past, in the sense that China maybe doesn't just want to catch up, but it also wants to dominate in a number of key technologies like AI, and those plans are pretty clear. However, I do agree that the fundamental driver there is still to catch up, is still to, I think, also protect China's national security.
U.S. policy and international institutions, trade institutions are built on an assumption that you can fundamentally distinguish between a public actor and a private actor, and you build rules around that. And in China, the blurring of that has made it difficult for those policies and organizations to respond.
Yeah.
European business continue to lament the issue of forced technology transfer in China. That's something that still comes up a lot when you talk about technology policies in China with European executives on the ground. So I think it's important to point out that there are, I think, different rules there, and that the European side is also concerned about what is perceived as a distortive way of doing technology and innovation policy.
So I think you always have to be very specific in what areas you're looking at. If the government is just coming in, giving out subsidies in many areas, that's not that successful, because it leads to oversupply. But there are certain areas where especially Chinese tech companies have been very successful.
I think we need to really think about how to avoid and make big mistakes. We should not actually try to use micro level solutions. For example, solutions at the company level to deal with challenges from the the policy side. put it differently, for country leaders in the US, in China, in EU, probably we need to think about the fundamental questions about division of labor, competition, free trade. Do we still believe in that? And if we believe in that, I think we can find a solution. Otherwise, I think that will create a lot of inefficiency.